to an Azure Everyday video. My name is Daniel Taylor, Principal Consultant here at Pragmatic Works. A couple weeks ago, about a month ago, I reported on an issue to y'all with respect to the deployment of my managed instance. I had a canceled or a failed deployment in my managed instance, and I went to remove that from my subscription. I received an error when I was removing that, if you recall. If not, there's a previous video that I talked briefly about that error message that I received, that it wouldn't allow me to remove the virtual network and the resource group from my subscription. So you can see here that I'm back in that subnet again here. You can see that I'm in my test POC MI subnets, and then I am referencing my DB subnet here. So the first thing I did, I thought was the issue, is I removed right here, I removed what was the route table that's required as part of the subnet when deploying MIs, and I still could not delete the virtual network, as well as I couldn't delete the subnet, or I couldn't delete the resource group. So I worked my way all the way backwards. Tried to delete the resource group, that didn't work. Tried to delete the virtual network, that didn't work. Tried to delete the subnet, that didn't work. So what I want to show you here is, let's go over to our subnet real quick. And let's scroll down here. Oop, I apologize. Let's go back over here. Let's scroll down on our blade and look at activity log. Now I'm going to go back a month because I know this message was about a month ago I received, or I was experiencing this issue about a month ago. So let's select a month here. Go ahead and hit apply. What I want to show is the error message that I was receiving. So in case you receive this error message, you'll know the steps to take care of this. And the steps are kind of funny, actually. You'll laugh. The steps are pretty easy to resolve this issue. So if we go down here and we look at this error message, it tells us that the subnet, DB subnet, is in use. And I know it wasn't in use. I knew I had removed everything from that subnet. So what I did is I opened a ticket with Microsoft, the Microsoft Azure product group, and I received this email back from them indicating that truly I had an issue with my deployment or my failed deployment. So if you run into this issue, if you run into that particular error message I showed, you're going to need to open a ticket, or you will be required to open a ticket with the Microsoft Azure product group, and they'll send you back some sort of email. Now, it probably isn't going to be similar to this email, but you can see here that they needed to do some things behind the scenes for me before I could delete this resource group from my Azure environment. So you can see here that it takes a little bit of time for things to take place behind the scenes of, shall we call it the magic of my managed instance. Once this was completed, I was able to delete one of my resource groups, but I left one open over here, this particular resource group. So let's go in here. Yes, I'm okay. I'm okay with moving from that screen. Let's go to my test POC MI. You can see here I still left my virtual network in there that has the subnet we were referring to. But let's go to delete resource group. And we're going to select test POC MI. Probably would have been faster than type it, but I am lazy all of a sudden. So let's go ahead and delete this. Now what should happen is this resource group should delete successfully for us. So I just want to show this. Managed instances are still in GA, so expect some bumps in the road, but it's definitely getting much better. And honestly, my work with a gentleman named Raymond in the product group that helped me out, absolutely phenomenal. And I have been super impressed with any of the Azure cases I've had to open. So if you do have to open one, don't be shy to do that, because the team is stellar and they're going to help you to the best of the ability. And if they can't help fix your issue, they definitely will know who to go to. And that's what happened here in this case. Able to delete that resource group where we were getting the error before. So up here, you can see, booyah, we deleted our resource group. Down here, you can see that I only have my 2 resource groups now that I expected to have, my MIPOCC and my SQL Data Warehouse evaluation or POC that I'm doing there for the month of August. With managed instances, as I mentioned, they're still in GA. Understand there's going to be some bumps in the road. I wanted to follow up with you here with the resolution to the issue I was having with the deployment after it had failed, and how I was able to utilize the product group to succeed in getting rid of these resource groups within my subscription. This is Dan Taylor with Azure Everyday.